What's up everyone, in this video I'll be discussing the Shengshou clock. So right now what you're watching is some solves on the X-Men Bell V2 pyraminx. I recently got this puzzle from Chi, so if you want to watch unboxing I have it on my channel as well. So it's a pretty good pyraminx, I'll do a review maybe later. But yeah, that is what you're seeing on screen right now. This was actually taken from my live streams which I do on Twitch, so if you're interested in those you can always follow me, which will be in the description. So this puzzle was teased about a week ago and I will put images on the screen right now, but now it officially is on pre-order on the Cubicle. So right now the clock comes in at about $12 or $10 for the pre-order sale, which is super cool. So yeah, it's quite a cheap clock. It's around the same price as the Ling Out, I think. But the key is, not only is it a new clock, but it's a new magnetic clock. So this is the first mass-produced clock I think in a while now. The Ling Out was quite old, I don't know exactly how old, but it's been a long time since that clock has been released. And Moyu and Chi teased their own clocks, but they both stopped their production because they didn't seem too great. But finally we have a mass-produced magnetic clock. So obviously the price is good, and obviously it's magnetic, so this is probably going to be a decent clock. We'll see if it's any better than a Ling Out. But clock hardware these days is not really that great, so it's quite a low bar. So there's actually a good chance that the Shengshou pyraminx is going to be not too bad. There has been attempts for custom pyraminxes done before, like the Shengshou one. That one was extremely expensive and it turns out it wasn't even too great. But if anything, that shows that making clocks of high quantity and quality is quite difficult. So we'll see how this Shengshou clock turns out, but it definitely is promising. As for if I'm getting it, I obviously don't care too much about clock, you guys know this, but I might get it to review it, we'll see. But yeah, since this clock is quite cheap and you don't have to magnetize it, so it's already magnetic, it's a pretty good investment I think. Even if you don't do clock too much or it's your first ever clock, I think it's going to be pretty good, but we might have to wait for reviews because quality control for clocks is obviously pretty bad. So do I have high hopes for this thing? Yes, because it's the first mass-produced magnetic clock, but for the quality, I'm not expecting too much. Again, it is Shengshou. They're not known for the highest quality puzzles, but at least it's a cheap magnetic clock, which at least is good for the event in general. So back in the old days, Square One hardware was so bad and everyone hated the event, kind of like how clock is hated right now. But maybe this is kind of like the Chi Square One, where it's that one puzzle that makes the event so much more enjoyable, and maybe clock would be a more loved event in the future. We'll see though. So nevertheless, it still is an interesting puzzle. It's the first clock that has been released in forever. So we'll see how it goes. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, and see you guys in the next one.